Okay, let's talk about Newton's third law. Okay, Newton's third law states that if a body A exerts a force on body B, the body B will exert an equal and opposite force back on body A. Right? So you have various situations, like for example, in your notes, we went through this. Okay, examples of action and reaction pairs. Okay, you're asked, okay, to describe the reaction force. Okay, so a boy kicks a rugby ball by exerting a force X on it. So the reaction is what? So you always know in your question what are two objects, okay, or bodies. One is the boy, one is the rugby ball. So in the first case, the action is the boy exerts a force on a rugby ball. So the reaction will be what? Well, the rugby ball will exert a force back, right, on the boy. Exert what kind of force? Keyword: equal and opposite force. Equal and opposite force back on the boys. Okay, the boy's feet, right? Actually, to be more accurate, the boy's feet, right? His foot is the one that's exerting the force on the ball. Okay, so you need to have, first of all, identify the two objects, boy and rugby ball. So rugby ball must be your answer, boy must be your answer, and then using the words which we find in Newton's third law, equal and opposite force. So it's as simple as that. So when they ask you to describe the forces, the action and reaction pair forces, okay, you just do it this way. Okay, so even you can, I mean, we have done number 2, number 3, like even number 4, I remind you, even when you have a book resting on a table and earth, okay, so what do you have? The earth and the book. Okay, these two are not in contact. Okay, so action reaction pair does not need to be in contact to each other. Okay, like in the case where the boy is kicking the ball, okay, they come in contact, but they can be not in contact. So in this case, if the earth exerts a gravitational force on the book, so your reaction will be, okay, what is the two objects? Book and earth. So the book exerts, same thing. Okay, keywords, I'm not going to write, you should know by now. Back on what? The earth. Okay, so always remember this. Okay, as I said, you don't need to memorize Newton's third law, but you definitely need to understand it and to be able to use it to explain action reaction pair forces. So please be aware of this comes out. Okay, so just revise with you quickly. Okay, drawing of forces on a body, free body diagram, all this you should be quite familiar with. Okay, how to draw. I just remind you a few things when you are drawing. Okay, especially when you are drawing, let's say, an object like that. Okay, when we are doing questions, okay, they say draw all the forces acting on the vehicle. So okay, there's an engine force. Okay, draw your forces, draw neatly, ruler, pencil, and label. Okay, so the pushing force, okay, the engine is pushing it forward to the right. Okay, then you know there's frictional force down. Don't draw in the middle of the air, draw between the tires. Okay, the tires. Okay, so 1 tire, 2 tire, so you know, okay, this frictional force. Okay, and what else? Okay, there's the weight, gravitational force acting down from the center of gravity of the object. Okay, so this is the weight, label weight. And the one that you must remember, and the one that most mistakes are made, is the normal reaction force. Where's the normal reaction force? Okay, is where the tires come into contact with the ground. You have a normal reaction force, and it's always perpendicular. Now don't draw it like that in the middle of nowhere. It must start from the ground, up. Start from the ground, draw up. Label normal reaction force. Okay, so draw it properly from the ground. Okay, don't start from the center. Okay, the most common mistake is to draw it from the CG and you draw up here normal reaction force. That's wrong also. Sometimes I tell you the wrong thing and you do the wrong thing. Okay, so I just caution you, that's the wrong thing. Don't do it. Okay, so it's where the point of contact is between the wheels and the ground. Okay, so you draw your normal reaction forces from there, right? So even you may have case where the object is, let's say, going up a slope like this, right? So it's being pushed up a slope. Okay, there's a pushing force pushing up. Okay, you got your frictional force again at the surface. Okay, friction. Okay, where is your reaction force? Okay, it's not directly up, it's perpendicular to the surface, and it's like that again from the contact point. Okay, so do look at what you have done in the past. Okay, for your revision, and look at it. It should be easy enough to draw. Okay, so take note about that. Okay, and since we are talking about drawing of forces acting on body, a good one to look at would be this question over here. We did this a long time ago. Okay, so yeah, so remember this. When you revise, you look at what you've done, right? So draw the forces acting on a stationary truck. Okay, there's a weight, there's normal reaction force. Okay, draw the forces acting when the truck is starting to move. Okay, the weight and the reaction force does not affect the horizontal motion, so you never draw it. It's not wrong to you want to draw it, can, no problem. So you draw like that. Okay, and then this was easier, but when you got two objects, okay, now you got to be careful. See the question, it says what? Draw the forces on the truck alone, on the truck. And this truck is pulling a trailer, so think about it. Okay, go with the easy one. So it's frictional force, yes. Okay, forward driving force, yes. Okay, you want to say there's a normal reaction force, you can say there's a weight. There's also a tension force. What's this tension force? It is this trailer pulling on the truck. So the truck is being, the trailer is pulling on the truck, so there's tension. So I have a tension force here. Okay, then if the trailer alone, what do you have? Frictional force, yes. And now you also have another tension here. Okay, this tension is what? The truck is pulling on the trailer. So it's important to see, draw forces acting on what? If it's just truck, I just draw all this here. If it's just trailer, I just draw all this here. So watch out for this. Don't just draw every single force that you can see. Oh, I start drawing tension here, friction here, and so on. No, it's not required, because they only ask you for the truck alone and here for the trailer alone. Okay, so go and revise this as you do this question. And as you do this question, okay, and you revise, you make sure you know what's happening. Okay, it's very important you know how to draw the forces acting on the truck. All right, so for this chapter, there is a brief summary. What you can do and what you should do is like look at questions like this. Okay, you can redo them. Okay, try them out again. Okay, if not, look at the way you did your answering. Okay, you see force equal to ma, then you try to figure out, oh, T is the pulling force, the force causing the motion, minus opposing force, frictional. Okay, and then you did your calculation and so on. So you go and see what you've done and try to revise all this. Okay, this is all very useful. Okay, so look at all your work you've done. Okay, and even questions like this, when we ask you, okay, this is another application of Newton's third law, right? So look at the way you answered it. Okay, you see a typical answer, equal and opposite has to be there. Okay, quote Newton's third law. What are two bodies? The firefly and the bus. Okay, so the firefly exerts an equal and opposite force back on the bus. Okay, so go and make sure you go through these kind of questions, right? So the last thing I would say probably, okay, as you go through the questions, okay, look again, is here constant speed. Once you see constant speed, think about the four things. What are the four things? This is like the fourth time I'm saying this already in this short while. Constant speed, okay, first thing, acceleration 0. You must be able to write that. 2, what does it mean? Resultant force 0. 3, so the pushing force equals the opposing force. So this must come to your mind very quickly. Okay, I should call this 1, 2, 3, 4. The four things. 1, constant speed. 2, acceleration 0, resultant force 0. 4th, this. Okay, so you have this in mind. Okay, once you see this word, it's definitely going to be asked somewhere here. When you apply, you're going to have this. Okay, when you draw, okay, there's constant speed part, okay, why? Because you got constant speed, right? So make sure you go through all this. Then even things you do wrongly, okay, sometimes careless, sometimes mistakes made, okay, see what went wrong. Oh, I was careless here. Oh, that time I didn't understand what was this. So make sure you look through what you've done, okay? Learn from your mistakes, also learn from the good things that you did, okay? So there are various scenarios, okay, lifts going up, whatever the case is, okay, just go through everything and you have time, go and practice some more, okay? So that's all I think I will say for the chapter on forces, okay? Hope that that was quick but also effective.